And Sport Plus can only mean one thing. What does it mean? Skids. So it can it can definitely light up its tires. The thing that kind of sets the tone for this car is when you start it up for the first time. If I drop that down a bit, when you start up for the first time, you get a cold start, which sounds like this. Which it does every time. So if I turn it off now and start it up again, it will do another cold start, which I think is hilarious. This is going to be just a POV drive up a B road, a double-laned B road, which is where the Fiesta starts to feel a little slow, which I'm sure this car will not. A word that I've never thought of to describe my Fiesta even was slow. Definitely not this car. So another thing we can do is with the iDrive system, which honestly feels a bit confusing to begin with, but you will honestly soon get used to it. It is sorry about the cat again. It's a very intuitive system to use. I can now find this menu without looking. So this is the sport displays menu, which I don't know how accurate it is, but it is so cool. Tell me that's not cool. If you were 8 years old, would that not be the coolest thing you've ever seen? Look at that. Look at the torque. Look at that. We already have more horsepower than my Fiesta had stock, which is impressive. So we're just in comfort mode just now, and this is a very bumpy bit of road, and while it is still bumpy, you don't get any sharp jolts like you used to get in the Fiesta. If I want some sharp jolts, I can stick it into Sport Plus. You can see the traction off symbol show up in the dashboard, and it says dynamic traction control activated. So dynamic traction control is obviously, it will vary the amount of traction control it deems necessary depending on how you're driving. And I've noticed if the back end starts coming out and my foot's on the floor, it will step in less. And if I lose the back end a little bit and then lift off, it will grab it straight away. So that's why I was giving the traction control such high praise earlier on, because it is honestly an impressive bit of kit. It's when it does that, just coming out of a corner, and you just have enough to move the back end around, and that is just when this car feels alive. And it's just something you don't get with a front-wheel drive car. Obviously front-wheel drive cars are fun in other ways, but you can't have that type of fun in a front-wheel drive car. It's just impossible. We're going to back it down into sport mode, and immediately you can feel it kind of relax. It's amazing. You still have the throttle response with the sport mode, as I've configured it, but with lighter steering and the soft suspension, which is more suited to a lot of the B roads around here, if I'm honest. There's that auto throttle blip as well, and if I just start pushing around this corner, as soon as it started to think about getting light in the back, around the 300 horsepower mark it would appear, the traction control just kind of was like, whoa, and it stopped it, and then it let the power keep coming. It is very impressive. And technically also these things have an E-diff in the back, which is the kind of diff that is operated by the brakes. So we're now coming into a tighter, twisty bit. We're obviously going to stick it into Sport Plus for that, just to make it exciting. One thing I will say that is a massive standout feature over the Fiesta ST, like infinitely better, are the brakes. The brakes on this car they feel mammoth. I know they're just kind of like an average size, but they feel fantastic. I think it is just coming from a Fiesta ST where you're deprived of a strong feeling middle pedal. The feeling of, sorry, that kind of lost my train of thought. The brakes in this car are night and day better than the Fiesta brakes. That was a real weak point of the Fiesta. I love that. You're in Sport Plus, so you know the car should save you if you do go far, but if you don't go mad like I'm doing, you don't have to worry about the car rotating the whole way around because of the balance. It's such a balanced and poised car. It is just, it's lovely. The noise this car makes is also intoxicating. The Fiesta, I mean, it revved to, I think, 6.5 was it? But really by just before 6, you weren't going any faster. So you didn't go past it very often. Whereas this stays fast until 7,000 revs. And by the time you're up there, it is screaming. It sounds absolutely amazing. But here we go, listen to the noise. So we've got a cool little hill climby bit here, which is good. It'd be a good little agility test, third gear agility test, because it's quite tight. But you can't easily get up to the speed limit. Oh, unless you do that. But it does. This road is just bumpy enough where I think you'd probably be quicker in just normal sport mode as opposed to Sport Plus. And I think, is this the place? Yes, look, can you see the sign? A Chew. I knew that was the place. So there's a Chew. If you want to go and visit a Chew, bless you. This road obviously is just incredible. I came up here quite a lot on my Fiesta as well, but it's definitely more suited to this BMW. It just takes the sting out of some of the more poorly surfaced bits of the road, and because of the power you can link the turns together a lot more effectively, which is quite surprising, because the one thing I never thought about the Fiesta is I'd like to be travelling more quickly, whereas in this, at least you can't just be full throttle all the time, because you will have a big crash. Whereas in the Fiesta, you could probably get away with it. Another thing that I didn't mention earlier, which has absolutely dumbfounded me, is the fact that I saved money on my car insurance by getting this. By getting a car that's worth twice as much new and with twice the engine of my last car, I saved, wait for it, £10 on my car insurance, which I'm going to go and spend all off on fuel just now. So we're about to leave a junction in the wet, which can only mean one thing: Sport Plus. And Sport Plus can only mean one thing. What does it mean? Skids. I'm in Sport Plus, a little bumpy going along the A road. Stick it into comfort, stick on the speed limiter, and it is pretty chilled out in here. This road was just annoyingly bumpy in the Fiesta, and now we're relaxing. That's probably one of the best demonstrations I could do between these two cars. So with all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm very sorry I was away for more than 5 months. I just kind of got busy, and I've had this car for a month now and I've not put a video out, so I thought it was time to address that. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please tell me down below. Leave a like, give me a comment, something you'd like to see about my car. If you've got any questions, even any questions about the Fiesta, I do have some bits for sale from my Fiesta, so if you're interested, also let me know. But other than that, I'll leave you with this video that YouTube thinks you will absolutely adore. I'll leave you this video, which I think you'll adore myself. I've decided this one, and in the middle you can subscribe. So, you know, pick one. This one or this one or this one. Just pick one, go on. You can do it.